Okay, good evening. I'm going to call the March 12th, 2024 agenda meeting to order. I am present, Councilmember Brennan, Councilmember De La Rada, Councilmember McPartlin, Councilmember Moskowitz, Town Attorney Finnan. We also have Deputy Supervisor Joe Drescher, department heads who are present, Ray Smith, Seth Goldstein, Elizabeth Greenwood, Janet Wynn, Chief Koshin, Michelle Martinelli, Diane Percy, Lori Peretti, Laura Robertson, Matt Yetto, and we also have our town historian present, our confidential secretary, Erin Cassidy Dorian, our town historian, Rita Ogburn McCall, resident Leslie Gold, and our fearless town reporter, Ted Bremsnyder. All right. Before we move on, I'd like to respectfully acknowledge that Niskayuna is on the traditional lands of the Kanikihaka and the Mahikanok peoples, past and present, and we honor with gratitude the land itself and the peoples who have stewarded this land throughout generations. Okay, we will start our agenda meeting with the Public Works Committee, Water, Sewer, and Engineering.
The first resolution is to appoint maintenance workers in the Water and Sewer Department. We've been interviewing for, it feels like forever, but I think the last few months, several applicants. I do have two candidates that I'd like to move forward with to fill two of the positions. The names are Tyler Stocker and Nathan Gerard. Both gentlemen came in, interviewed well, and looking forward to having them join us if everything goes well. Next resolution is to approve the 2023 fourth quarter corporate utility warrant. The next one is the approval of the spring 2024 residential commercial utility warrant. That's the large billing, all the residential and most of our commercial customers. Number four is a resolution to approve the renewal of the contract that we have with the City of Albany for use of their landfill to dispose of our sludge from our wastewater treatment plant. Five was brought up at the Finance Committee. We're waiting on a price to repair an actuator for one of the valves at the wastewater treatment plant. Depending on the cost, it may require a resolution. Hopefully I'll have a figure within the next day or so I can get that information to Elena if we need to do a resolution. The next one is a resolution to accept grant funds and to award a contract for stormwater video educational series. Back in 2019, the town received a grant from the Mohawk River Watershed Grant Program and through DEC at a total of $50,000 for the preparation of videos for educational purposes for water quality topics related to the Mohawk River. There's a quote from a company by the name of Call the Loon Productions for $23,000 to create 8 videos. They'll be shared by the different municipalities within Schenectady County. It's been a project that Schenectady County, I think the city of Schenectady, Glenville, Scotia, they've all been part of the process. However, Niskayuna took the lead on getting the grant and doing the paperwork, so it's still going through our town. So the contract would be with Niskayuna, but fully funded by the grant. And added at the Finance Committee was a resolution to amend Resolution 2024-77, having to do with the purchase of a pump for the Fillmore pump station. When we went to place the order for the pump that was approved last month, the price had changed because the model numbers have changed. So it would be an additional $1,170. So the vendor would be the same, just the total amount would need to be modified on the resolution.
What was the full amount again?
$13,110.
Thank you.
So I remember prior to that grant in 2019, But the purpose of the docuseries, so to speak, is to show what we're doing in relation to other municipalities, or how,
It's for
what's the,
educational purposes, for the public to understand water quality and environmental topics related to water quality and the rivershed for the Mohawk.
thank you.
Matt, just to follow up on that, is that for professional education or could it be used maybe at the high school level for?
I don't know. I wasn't
Students?
directly involved in this back in 2019. Just
You're not the
picking it up now.
director?
No.
No? Okay.
And I'm not going to be an extra either.
Ugh.
So, but I think it's general educational for different community groups, and I think each municipality has some input as well as what they want the videos geared towards. So
Cool.
once we get into the details of the contract, I may be coming back to the board and asking, or through my committee, asking for input on topics.
Thank you.
Anything else? Good. All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to Highway, Parks, and Recreation Committee.
Number 7 is a resolution to hire a grounds worker. It was tentative as of my meeting. I turned in an application and paperwork to the HR department, which has forwarded it to Elena. So we'll be moving forward with this resolution. Number 8 is a resolution to award a contract for fertilizer and spreading services. This is for in case the need of this for any one of our facilities. They're all broken out with different prices throughout. So that's a as needed basis. We do that every year. Number 9 is a resolution to accept the rollover bids for paving and milling services. So this is our second year. When we bid these things, we do a 3-year bid extension if they agree to it. All companies that were accepted the first time have agreed to hold their prices from 2 years ago. So that's a good thing for us. Number 10, resolution award contract for Baker Avenue mowing at that park. This as well as a rollover in its second year. So he has agreed to continue to do that. And we're putting things together to go out for Dean Street Park as well. The guy that mowed it for over 30 years has stepped down from that, so he'll be missed.
And the Baker Avenue, that's a town park on Baker Ave.
It's a, yes, community park that we pay to have maintained.
Yes, okay.
Similar to Dean Street, the pocket, yeah, surrounding residents.
There was, I don't, was there some type of issue with whether or not it was owned by certain landowners in that area or
I
a
don't
town
know.
park?
I do remember that when
But we're
outside,
treating it as a town park and pretty much the neighborhood
yes,
does as well.
yes.
Okay,
No. Are we sure? That's a pocket park.
that's a,
Is it a pocket park?
It's owned, I think, by the Park District, right?
It's a
Yeah,
park
it's
district.
a
I
park
think it's a
district.
district. Kind of, I know there was questions about that. It was always treated as a district for many years.
Thank you. Park District.
Yes, that's the proper terminology.
Improper terminology is pocket park.
And just in addition, I asked Beth, I have a small surplus list as we've been ordering equipment. I'd like to get this stuff at least resoed to surplus so that we can sell it when we'll get the most money for it. So I'll get that to Elena tomorrow. Any questions? Thank you.
Hello. Number 11 is a resolution to accept donations for the town senior center. Sadly, one of the beloved members of our center passed away recently, but in her honor, a couple of the members wanted to make donations towards a senior meal program. So this is to accept the donations. which is very sweet of them.
Very nice.
And number 12 is a
thoughtful.
resolution to authorize the submittal of our yearly SIP grant. This is the grant that we use to fund our concerts, movie nights, and hopefully one other additional event. So we're going big this year. Anybody have any questions? Nope. Thanks.
Moving on to Economic Development, Historic Preservation, and Environmental Conservation Committee.
So number 17 is a tentative resolution to amend the 2024 town designated engineer rates due to a company name change. I put it as tentative. I still don't have the information from the town TDE. We have the resolutions due on Thursday, so my guess is that this is not going to be on. Actually, 18 is wonderful news, but may not be in time because we have such short turnaround between agenda and town board meeting. But number 18 is a tentative resolution to accept a linkage study grant through the Capital Region Transportation Council. So at their March 7th meeting, they announced that we did get that linkage study grant. The policy board voted. Jamie was there. It was wonderful. So it depends on how quickly they can get that paperwork to us and what they need. But my guess is we're not going to have that in 2 days either. But the good news is that we did get the linkage study grant. If for some reason we're able to get it on, I happily will. But otherwise, that'd probably be on for next month.
How much was that grant?
So that's $139,500 from CRTC through the federal government. And then it's $14,500 of in-kind service from the Complete Streets Committee and myself.
Excellent. Thank you.
The nice thing about that one is that they manage that grant for us. So that's very helpful to our workload. And we're very appreciative for them. And they are a wonderful metropolitan planning organization that we have. I think ours is like the premier in the state, personally, my opinion, but it's true.
And thank you for working on that grant.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. And just, right, context, this is the corridor-wide planning study that goes from the edge of Colony all the way to St. David's. So this is the whole planning study in contrast to the $4 million grant that we submitted, which is 2 blocks. 2 blocks that we knew were dangerous, and then something very terrible happened again. So really hopeful that we get that other one, but we don't have any news on it yet.
But this is step one in
Step 1,
implementing.
This is
it's a
step
very
one.
good step.
Because to provide additional context, it's a study to help us understand, the road, the travelers, the pedestrians, and then potential recommendations.
Correct.
And having that will then help us to apply for additional funding in the future. So this is all part of a larger project that we've been working on internally with Laura Robertson, Chief Koshin, Detective Munger, working with CRTC, working with the state DOT. This is all, it has been multiple departments in town hall and then also multiple governmental agencies working to try to resolve this issue. And this is one positive step, being awarded this grant.
Yeah, super excited about it. It's we've never had a linkage study before, so
It's
this'll
a big
be our
task.
first
I
one.
mean, we're essentially trying to make a residential street out of a super highway.
Well, it was a residential street. We're trying to return it to a residential
Exactly.
street.
Yeah.
After it got turned into a superhighway. So number 19 is a tentative resolution to accept land from the owner of 2890 River Road. I do think we'll have this one. I got the documents from the attorney today. I will share them with Elena tomorrow. And I think we'll have a reasonable attachments to accept the land from 2890 River Road. At the finance committee meeting, I mentioned that, we only got one bid for our comprehensive plan. It was $75,000, and that's over our budget. But I will send the RFP out to you, and if there's ability to fund some of it now and some of it in the next year, we'll see if we can put that on for the next meeting. And then the last one, which I just realized, seeing Rita, that we talked about at EDHP, and I forgot to put on this agenda, was that we're combining the 2 historic committees, the Historical Committee and the Historic Preservation Committee. They already had a successful combination meeting. Rita has made a chart for me just to make sure that we're not losing any of the functions of either committee. And we've got, I think, the list of names of the combined committee. And again, this is very similar to what we did with the Climate Smart Communities Task Force and the CAC. It's just leveraging the volunteer time much more efficiently, leveraging our town historian time more efficiently. I think it'll be very good moving forward. So if we're able to put that one on, I will get that on there. Did anybody have any questions on that one?
Just so you know, Mr. Cohn emailed me the documents as well on.
Oh, you were
2890, so
copied.
do
Oh,
have
I
them.
don't have to forward
Yep.
them to you. Yeah.
Nope.
Yep. Okay, good.
Good, good.
Okay.
Thank you. That was good work by the planning board on that property,
Yeah, getting
getting it up to our level. Okay, moving on to Police and Public Safety Committee.
Good evening, everyone. Our sole resolution is to surplus certain decommissioned police vehicles. We have 3. One was a former detective vehicle. The other 2 are patrol vehicles. It's part of our normal cycling out as we move forward. Hopefully, we get some funds back for the town to put back in the general fund form. Any questions?
And from Finance and General Government Committee, we have a resolution to remit the donations accepted through Resolution 2023-285 to the Schenectady County Historical Society, a resolution to appoint members to the Elected Officials Compensation Study Committee, a resolution to approve the annual update to the Employee Handbook, a resolution to approve the budgetary modifications, and then the 2 that were added from the floor during finance, a resolution to appoint 2 people to the Board of Assessment Review, and the resolution accepting an audit of the town court.
Okay, that's all we have for tonight's agenda meeting. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
And a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, we are adjourned and we'll move right into our special meeting once Michelle takes her place. All right, good evening. I'm going to call the March 12th special meeting of the town board to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Moskowitz.
Present.
Councilmember Delarada.
Yes.
Councilmember McPartlin.
Here.
Councilmember Brennan.
Here.
Supervisor Puccioni.
Here. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Again, we'd like to respectfully acknowledge that Niskayuna is on the traditional lands of the Kanikihaka and the Mahikanok peoples, past and present, and we honor with gratitude the land itself and the peoples who have stewarded this land throughout generations. Okay, and we'll move on directly to resolutions, starting with Resolution 2024-85, sponsored by Supervisor Puccioni. Will the clerk please read?
A resolution appointing a principal account clerk to the town's comptroller's department.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Moskowitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Delarada.
Aye.
Councilmember McPartlin.
Aye.
Councilmember Brennan.
Yes.
Supervisor Puccioni.
Yes.
5 ayes.
The resolution passes. Resolution number 2024-86, will the clerk please read? Oh,
A res-
sponsored by Supervisor Puccioni. Will the clerk please read? Thank
A
you.
resolution amending resolution number 2024-19.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Moskowitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Delarada.
Aye.
Councilmember McPartlin.
Aye.
Councilmember Brennan.
Yes.
Supervisor Puccioni.
Yes.
5 ayes.
The resolution passes. That's all we have for tonight's special meeting. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We stand adjourned. See you all in a week and a half. Thank you.